Hello! Welcome to another episode of Dollarwise Gamers stream. We are going to be playing, believe it or not, a little bit of Orcs Must Die 2! I'm Justin.
James.
That is correct. And this is the...
Got it right. Nailed it.
Nice! This is the campaign menu. We've been playing a lot of this game because it's really fun, so... Definitely getting our dollar per hour. We're at like about 75 cents per hour, I think, at this point.
You're a little ahead of me then. I'm only at about 5 hours, but a couple more hours and I'm golden for the entire... Well, since I spent 15, I need to get 15 hours collectively out of all the games.
I spent 15
I'm working my way there, though.
I spent 15 as well. So... And I'm a little afraid because I've played some Age of Empires and I don't think I'm going to play very much of it. I might play it with you if you really, really like it and want to help me with it. But I'm not impressed with that type of game. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Orcs Must Die. So.
Correct. Let's get started. Let's kill orcs because they must die. I don't know why we're waiting.
Yeah, I've said I'm ready. We do need to try this We do need to try this in endless mode at some point. What are we doing here?
This is endless mode.
Oh,
this
nice.
This is endless mode.
All right.
We're doing that right now.
Dude, how did you know that that's what I wanted to play?
Because I installed a microchip in your brain, and you have thoughts that I make you have.
That's awesome. All right, so do you want the plan that I used when I was playing this earlier?
Yeah. Well, what was your strategy? Let's see.
All right, so here's the strategy. This area up here, and both sides are the same, basically. This area up here, this long corridor, was used for damage dealing. So I had all of my acid sprayers. I had some spike traps all the way along here. I had a wall smasher against this wall to knock them back.
All right.
And then I had a couple of teleport squares right here. And same thing, all of that's the same on the other side. Then I had acid shooters going down the ramps on both sides. And it doesn't have to be just acid shooters, I just don't have access to the like pin cushion shooting things that you have.
Yeah.
Acid shooters all the way along both of these walls. And then this entire floor down here was covered in teleportation circles, teleportation things. At the time... Because what was nice is, as I had to fall back, because in the much later waves, it's almost impossible to stand up here and fight anybody. So as I fall back, they have to run over these teleportation things. It sends them back. They have to go through the hall of attack and damagey things before they even get back to me. My goal was to eventually get this whole bridge covered in teleportation things as well, so that I could always back up to here. Now, since then, I have picked up some upgrades to my teleportation that causes them to burn enemies as they send it through them, which is awesome because it causes damage, and 2, it recharges as fast as it can recharge. So, before it was on its slowest recharge setting, and the thing that killed me on the 38th wave, and there's 40 waves, so the thing that killed me on the 38th wave was the fact that they came in such an onslaught that they broke through my defenses of all of those teleportation circles and got to me on the bridge, and I couldn't fight them back.
Okay, well, remember, I have different traps than you do. I have the tar pits and I have the arrow walls. Those are the ones that I really... The tar pit is the one that I have at the lowest cost, so I can do a ton of them.
I think
so I can put them all over the floor.
Yes, I think the tar pits would have been much better than the spike traps in that area, because it would have done the slowing down. Because I knew I didn't have the tar pits, I had done in my first row up here the spider things, because that slowed them down for a little while, because that was my only option. But I wanted to do as much damage as possible, so I only did one row of that. But if we do, I didn't really like the spike traps. I would rather have your tar pits to do a lot more slowing them down. I also wasn't later on, once I got the teleportation thing, I don't really think that I necessarily need the wall smacker thing to knock them back. I think that if we just throw down some more teleportation things, is going to be a better way to go. But we can put them both on.
Okay, well, you tell me what you want. Since
All right.
You've got, and how often do we unleash the horde? There's 40 waves.
Once you get to, I think, wave 26 or 27, I think that's the last time you get to control the unleashing, and then it just non-stop, and it's like every 3 seconds. So you get a respite, and then 3 seconds, a new wave comes. So it gets really, really...
What about before then?
It's about every 4 or 5 waves. I don't remember specifically.
Okay, well, let's get this set up.
Okay, so I'm going to take my 2 primary weapons, which is the Stone Staff and the Ring of Lightning. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to take the Stone Staff. I'm going to take my Scepter of Domination, which I really think in the later levels, if I'd had the ability to charm some of those really strong enemies, I could have done way better.
Right.
Then I'm also going to take the Scavenger Trinket, if you don't have that already. Oh, you already have a bunch of stuff.
I do. I picked the ones that I have used in the past.
Oh, okay. The Scavenger Trinket allows enemies to leave coins, which means that we can build up our coins a little faster.
Okay.
Which helps us...
Yeah, I don't have access to that.
Yeah, which helps us build our equipment much faster. We'll want something so that we can heal. Whoops.
I can replace one of mine if you'd like, because there's one that I don't really use.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need my acid. Well, are we doing the arrow wall or are we doing the acid?
We can use them both. You know what I mean? Like they'll just be in different places.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Unless you want me to do only tar pits, because I can do that. Because like that, slowing them down has always been helpful in our strategies.
Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, the acid does. Well, my acid is set up to slow them down. I guess I could set it up so that my acid does long range.
What would that then cover this whole span? And I feel like we're spending a lot of time just strategizing.
I know, right? I don't know.
So thanks
I've never
for listening, those that are watching this video, to our endless banter on how we're going to set this up. Within about 45 minutes, we will be pressing G to unleash the horde.
Yeah, so go ahead and just scoot forward to that.
So no, I think slowing them. Well, it's up to you on that. But do you want me to lay down tar pits?
Yes.
And you handle. Okay, so I'm gonna start that right wherever you're gonna put your first acid, because that is the best bet to have them right there, so they're getting more spray from the acid.
Okay.
So set up your stuff, and then I'll set up mine.
Okay. Then let me grab this healing thing. So I'll take these, the acid and the teleportation floor portal. I'll need the floor portal later. You can't. You cannot choose new stuff later on. Like, this is what you get for all 40 waves.
Yep.
So, do you want to use that floor trap, the spring trap, or do you want to pick up something else?
I mean, it's the only other thing I've spent any points on.
Ah, okay.
So, I mean, I could pick up barricades, which, but they're all, I have a ceiling trap.
What ceiling trap?
It's, the haymaker.
Resets after firing.
I also have the floor portal, so... But that cost me 1,200 to lay it down, and I don't have the...
Yeah, it's really expensive.
And I don't have any of the upgrades, obviously.
Right. I should definitely take in that. But I was thinking about if you had the ceiling trap, the dart spitter, That one would be good. I'm a little wary about the haymaker because it might knock them into the little valley, and we want to try to prevent that from happening as much as possible. We really need to control them coming down the ramps. So you'll have to be very careful with your rocket launcher. I mean, it's fine once they're down the once they're down the ramps, but before you don't.
It's going to lower my damage output. It's going to lower my damage output a lot.
Yeah.
To not use it. It'll also be different with both of us here attacking. You know.
It will. The enemies will be stronger when we both are fighting. You get stronger.
Well, let's get to this. Are we a half an hour in yet? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, do you want me to take something besides the springboard? I think I should just take the springboard. I might never use it, but
you know what? Worst case scenario, we would always want to use the teleportation circles out there. We'll either not use it or, yeah, whatever. Because you don't have any items you can take, right?
What do you mean?
You don't have any, like a healing item.
I do, I took it.
Oh, okay.
I took it instead of one of my weapons, the weapon that I use least.
Okay. Alright, I think we're good to go then. We're good to get started with. You watch that side, I'll watch this side. Alright, for those who are watching, now, join us.
There's no watching.
Start to lose them here in a little bit, or maybe not. The acid did a lot of damage. Oh, there we go. First one through.
So 7 seconds. Go ahead and throw up at least 1 or 2 more things if you can.
Off we go.
Watch out behind you.
Yeah, I know. We need to switch sides next time as we're